Hey, big spenders. This is my second attempt at posting this today. My MacBook is 6 years old and pretty crammed full and uh, doesn't always cooperate with newer softwares and shit. So every now and then I'll record these little missives to you, and every now and then they will get lost in the ether. And I just had one do that. So great. uh, Also, you can tell, I'm sure, by the sound of my voice, I am under the weather. I have been sick since Saturday. Um, I have 17 allergies, which is a lot. Uh, 15 of them are to different types of pollen that are prevalent in the area where I live. So basically, I'm allergic to the Midwest. Uh, the other two are mold related. Um, and we had incredibly high pollen counts over the weekend. So it started as allergies and then morphed into more. And I'm on the last dregs of it, I hope. Uh, but I'm at that point where I'm still not feeling great, but I'm bored. So I don't mind recording a second time. I'll be taking some sips from my giant water bottle, I'm sure, as I go through this. Let's see. Um, what is new? Well, when I'm too sick to do anything else, I sit around and do trip planning stuff. Um, One little bummer from my LA trip, which this time next week, I will be getting off a plane in Los Angeles. Yes. Oh, I cannot wait. Um, the whole excuse for my trip, I won't say the reason, um, but I was calling him my excuse for going. My friend Chip uh, lives in Sacramento. He has a photo that's being featured in an art exhibit in LA that opens next Saturday. And I was excited to get to meet him. We've been internet friends for almost 20 years. And yesterday he found out that he isn't able to get off work and go to the opening. And we're so bummed. Not that I'm going to cancel my trip by any means, but I'm really bummed I won't be getting to meet Chip this time around. We'll have to work something out during another California trip. I'll be in Monterey in November, so maybe then. I don't know. We'll see. Uh, I made reservations at another restaurant in LA. One that's by the venue that art show is at. I was planning to go have dinner and then walk over to the show. I'll probably still do that. Found a very cute little seafood place called the Lonely Oyster, uh, which I'm excited to try. It's basically, I'm excited that they have martinis that are garnished with house-made potato chip with caviar. I want that. I want that bad. I think after being sick all this week, I think I deserve that. So, yeah. Um, Still have my reservation for Darling. And thinking about maybe making a trip to Riverside to visit a friend who lives up there. It's maybe an hour or so from LA, depending on traffic. Um, it's funny. I was thinking about doing that anyway after I heard Chip's news, and then last night, this friend texted me, "I miss you." Like, oh, I was just thinking about seeing you. So I think maybe that's a sign. We'll see. We'll see. Even though I'm disappointed that I won't get to see Chip, it's still going to be a good time, and still excited to be out there. Got other things planned. I was in LA the last week of September last year, and it was pretty fantastic. It's a great time of year to be in Southern California if you're considering a trip out there. Late September, all through October. It's fantastic. Uh, let's see. I also made some plans for my birthday trip next month to New Orleans. My birthday's October 22nd, and which is middle of the week, I think, this year. And I'm planning to drive down and hit Memphis and do some Blues Highway stuff along the way, um, like I did back in the springtime. And do a couple of things a little differently to be a little more efficient on time. Not that I have anywhere to be, but yeah, a little. I'll talk about my feelings about driving through Mississippi in a minute. Uh, but yeah, I started making birthday plans in New Orleans this week, and I try to keep myself either very busy on my actual birthday, or I plan to do absolutely nothing. And I do better when I have the busy birthday. I have a history of bad birthdays, and I dread my birthday every year. It's not an age related thing. It's too many people have died around my birthday, so uh, I made an appointment for noon on my birthday with Joel, my tattoo artist in New Orleans, and we're going to work on the next part of the world's dumbest tramp stamp. If you aren't aware of what this is, you can scroll back through the archives to the first post, one of the first posts. Uh, I wrote about how how my lower back tattoo came about. Pretty self congratulatory on it. It's pretty spectacular. It's looking really good. I'll leave it at that. Like I said, you can scroll back and read about it or see pictures of it, whatever, or not. I don't care right now. Um, I'm sick. I don't care about much. I care about being able to breathe at the moment. I also made a reservation after my tattoo appointment. I have a reservation at Bottom of the Cup, which is the oldest fortune telling shop in the French Quarter. And I went there on Halloween last year. Um, when you go, highly recommend making a reservation, because if you just walk in, you're probably not going to be able to get a reading. Um, and I was a little concerned when I made my reservation yesterday, because last year I made a point 2 months in advance to get in there and schedule, because I wanted to do that on Halloween. And when I realized yesterday that, yeah, I think I want to do that, it's like, God, is anybody even going to be available? They only had two fortune tellers available for the times. And the one that I wanted, I mean, I don't know if she's there still necessarily, but she wasn't available. So that's okay. Uh, yeah, I had an incredible reading last year at Halloween. We did tea leaves and tarot, and man, she nailed it on so many levels. And to the point, I mean, that it's something I think about daily, because it was so accurate. Um, and yeah, I'm going back. And I think that'll be a fun way to pass my birthday, tattooing and fortune telling and hanging around the French Quarter some when it's not, middle of a weekend night or even a weekend day. It's a little less touristy, maybe. Nah, I don't know. I'm also kind of hoping And I hate asking people to do stuff with me. I'm so bad about it. I love getting invitations from people. Would you like to go out to dinner? Yes. Absolutely yes. And yet I'm terrible about offering invitations, and it's fear of rejection. That's all it is. It's just that fear of rejection. That doesn't stop anybody from doing anything. Yeah, right. So, all of my New Orleans friends have really been going through some heavy shit this year. Some of them have been dealing with it very recently. And so it's like, oh, that makes it even harder to ask. But uh, I know I would love to do dinner that night, maybe at Sylvain, which is one of my favorite French Quarter restaurants, or someplace I haven't been yet, um, with all of my New Orleans people, or a few of them, whoever can make it. I don't know. I'm just going to put it out in the universe. That would be fun, but we'll see. Um, we don't know what state I'll be in after getting tattooed and having my fortune told. I might need to go back to my place and hide under the bed. We'll find out. Okay, I need a drink for this. Because of being sick, I have been hauling around my giant 32-ounce bottle of sparkling water. Which, when you fill one of these vacuum bottles with sparkling water, you have to be really careful because it can go off like a rocket. It's I've taken a couple of hard blasts in the past few weeks since I started doing this. Oh well. Um, I laugh every time it happens, so it's not like it's a big deal. I'm not naked under my hoodie, by the way. I do have the same crusty pajamas I've been wearing since I got sick because I'm sick. Today I need a shower. I think I'm well enough that it's time for a shower. Anyway, to be more serious, traveling through Mississippi right now. I There hasn't been nearly enough news coverage about this week, but there have been two men in different parts of Mississippi, one black, one homeless, found dead hanging from trees this week. I saw a report that there was possibly a third, uh, but I haven't seen any follow through on that, so I don't know where that stands. Um, it's just horrifying to me. The idea of a black man being lynched in 2025 at in any year is abhorrent. Uh, the idea of a homeless person being lynched after some conservative pundit on Fox suggested killing all the homeless people. He didn't lose his job for that, by the way. That's some scary shit. And I was thinking about all of this last night because with this crud, I'm sleeping in shifts. It's like, take the decongestant, sleep until it wears off, stay awake for a few hours, sleep. I'm probably going to take a nap not long after I finish this. But one of the things I was thinking is, okay, I'm going to Los Angeles. National Guard is still on the ground in Los Angeles and still active. Going to New Orleans. You know, it has not been a year since there was the mass shooting on Bourbon Street. that was this year. It feels like forever ago. No, that was New Year's. Um, Driving through Mississippi, when they're finding men in trees, and just the current state of everything from Jimmy Kimmel getting canceled to the continuing ICE raids to all of it. It's like, at what point do we just hunker down? At what point? Because it feels like we're in a war. We are. As far as I'm concerned, we're in a war now. And I can't just stay home. So, my intention, and if Mom, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm just going to keep doing what I do. I'm going to go where I go. I'm going to go where I want to be. And I'll write about it. I'll talk about it. I'm not a boots on the ground marching in the protests type person because I'm just physically not made for that. But I'm very much a go see what's happening and tell people about it person. Uh, at the bottom of Woody Guthrie's lyrics for This Land Is Your Land, he wrote, "All you can write is what you see." And since I saw that for the first time, that has been my guiding principle with my writing, is just go write what I see. And I'm going to keep doing that. Because why not? I mean, when fascism comes knocking on the door, it doesn't matter if you're at home or if you're in LA or where you are, it's here. And I'm not going to let it stop me. Um, I'm going to keep living my life. And I'm going to write what I see. So, yeah, that's where my diseased little brain has been going. Uh, with the help of a lot of Mucinex and a lack of sleep lately. I hope you're all taking care of yourselves and doing well and managing the onslaught of information as best you can. That's all any of us can do. So I'm going to leave you with that. Hopefully this one will upload because I'm not doing it a third time. I don't have enough voice left to do it a third time. Uh, I think it's time for a shower and a nap. All right. And maybe a coffee because I haven't had my afternoon coffee at all this week and I miss it. All right. Thanks. Thank you for your support, your continued support. Yeah, just thank you. Love my big spenders. Take care out there.